I am the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. ATRs are the African traditional religions by which we harness, direct, and disperse energy, frequency, and vibration. To each and every one of you guys, thank you for being with me on this Saturday. Saturday is Saturn energy. Happy Saturn energy. And to each and every one of you guys, first of all, I want to say salutations to my Madrina, to my Padrino, to my Oba, and to all of my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, and IJs. I want to say thank you for being with us on the night. I know I'm up early, but when you retire from UPS after 30 years, this is what it's like. What is up, my baby Scorpio? I am so excited about our psychic class that is coming up. And those that have already got their paid for their psychic class. When I tell you, and y'all know I might boast, but I do it with facts. What's up? My Demetrius in the house, Gemini. Then I got my Ryan, my Libra, my Cardinal Air. Then I got Mama Susan. She's the mother of the mother church. Praise God. How you doing, Gemini? I want to say to each and every one of y'all, I'm so elated. I talked to Demetrius and I'm a very nerdy man. I'm 52 years old. And I've been doing magic ever since I was like 3 to 4 years old. Thus said my mom. But I've always had a scientific mindset when it came down to magic. And the more that I learned magic, I was more interested in the science of magic and how to increase my production. You boast, but you deliver above and beyond. Thank you, sir. And all I know, those that got your conjure class, those that got your psychic class, and those that have endeavoring to get an Egon stick, I'm a show and tell kind of man. And the reason I'm saying this is because where we are in the age of Aquarius and where we have been previously, we need action, we need manifestation. We don't just want to know the history. We want to regain our history. You understand? I don't just want to know what they stole from us. I want to regain what was stolen. You understand? That's where I'm in that phase. You know, I know what the health industry has done to us, but I also want to say what we have done to the health industry because of the God and goddesses that we serve. I want to put you back into power in your energy. If you let me help you, I let me tell y'all something. If I can do it for Mother Susan, that was just a churchgoer, and that she is seeing manifestation, not only in the lives of the people that she goes to church with, but also in her own personal life. Come on here, somebody. I want you to understand what I'm going to share today. It might be a little nerdy. Okay, it's a lot nerdy. But it gonna make sense because we in the age of Aquarius. Facts matter. And I want you to understand how these things are building blocks to your next. You know, if you're struggling with addition and subtraction, you don't need to move on to multiplication and division because it builds on one another. I'm gonna say that again. A part of being spiritual, whether in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, is to learn what builds the energy, what builds the vibration, what builds the frequency. And these are these are the things that I am teaching melanated people. This is what I want you to understand. This day is going to show more of my love for melanated people. See how to ration y'all out, because my love can be very intoxicating, as Monique would say. Um, my love for people can make people fiercely jealous of you. And when you don't know how to deal with that energy, when I turn the light on you, you got to be ready for the incoming. You got to have your protection up. And this is one of the things I'm proud of. A lot of y'all, you getting your money together, you getting your currency together, and you understand why things are essential. See, the point that you recognize that is necessary. Mother Sue said, you know what? I'm going to get my class. Because a lot of times you think you too old, or you past your years or past your moon, that God can't elevate. And that, sir, and ma'am, that's simply not the truth. That is simply not the truth. Not with melanated people. Because Abraham had his child, Isaac, in his 90s. Actually, I think God waited, so he probably was 100 and something when he actually had. And God waited till Sarai, if you want to be Bible, was past her menstrual cycle. Come on, I want you. He put blood back in the body. Y'all don't want to hear me on today, because this is the scientific arrangement for your victory. This is where you're going to go from having to have faith in God and the divine and the gods, to having the facts that support your manifestation. Y'all ain't trying to hear me. I'm gonna give you the facts that support your healing, the facts that support your financial uprise. I'm gonna give you the facts that gonna put you in position to stay consistent. What love got to do with it? A whole lot of goddamn things. Chaos energy. I was born on the day of Venus. I'm about that love thing. Now, I want to say hello, because I got other ones, because some of the they still laying down, because they got some good raw last night and some good twine. So you know they're struggling this morning. So they'll catch me later. I want to say hello to Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. Hello to each and every one of you guys. I hope that you are excited. You don't have to be as excited as I am, because I know what I'm going to do to you. It's like making love. You can be excited about the festivities, but you don't know how I'm going to execute, and you thank me later. So my subject on today is on structure when it comes to manifestation. I want us to move out of the mindset of faith, that you believe blindly. I want you to move into the area of knowing, based on spiritual facts, based on the cloud of witnesses that have gone on before you, that others have already received residuals. They've already got their dividend payment. I want to move your prayer life from wanting to obtaining. I want to move you from the position of hoping and expectation to knowing the outcome, the expected end of your work, your ritual, your conjure, your energy, your ache, your melanin. I'm feeling this, y'all. And this is an opportunity for melanated people to get their signal strengthened. What's up, my love? My Taurus is in the house. And my subject on today, this is Saturday. I'm going to show you how to use this day to get your groove back, to get your mindset back. When you're going through something, you must have a stabilizer of your emotions. Your temple, your Merkaba, is important, and the nervous system that flows through your entire being. I'm going to show you how to go from nervousness to being steady like a rock. As the scripture said, unwavering faith. I want you to start living some of your life smooth sailing. I want you to go from fear to fearless. I want you to go from having little to no information to being knowledgeable, having understanding of that knowledge, and having the wisdom when and how to apply that knowledge to your best benefit. That sounds like a Hallmark card. I'm going to bring it home to you. My subject is strengthening your signal through bitter magic. I should have put bitter, but that's where we're going. Bitter magic. What did I do there? I was too happy to come on today. Mary Hard does like a medicine. Let me explain something to you. When I brought out the information about parasites, and we don't understand, by being on this earth plane, you agree to lead Saturn's rules. And in that, we have a kingdom that exists on this earth plane called bacteria, organisms. And the reason why we use parasite, because that is defined as bad bacteria. And what can happen, and what has happened, even to the chief Apostle Ely. I want to disclose some things about my personal life and my family to help you realize some things. And I grew up knowing that I was anemic. And I thought it was hereditary. That's why I'm stipulating I thought. When you go through a situation and you intend to win and prevail in a situation, you seek truth as a Sagittarius. I was anemic, and one of the things that happened a lot in my family with my uncles, my mom, and that was going on, even my grandmother, it was ulcers. Not knowing that ulcers are a result to an acidic diet. So it was the foods that we were eating that were eating up the lining in our stomach. As a young man, I used to get these pills from my doctor because I had really bad acid reflux, and I didn't even realize because I was drinking Sprite. I'm just trying to show y'all something. The problem didn't start at 52. That's where I'm going. I want to secure the bag for you, sir and ma'am, if you will. So I've always said heart attacks run in our family. I said anemia, And when you start dealing from a scientific aspect of your body and your melanin body, this is why slavery has impacted our magical practice. And let me explain. They've always did experiments on melanated men and women to see how they can break down our bodies. Come on here, somebody. The methodology, how are we going to overthrow these people when they have melanin and they can vibrate at the highest of levels? Oh, y'all, come on here, somebody. You can't get mad with a parasite for trying to remove the giants in the land. Come on here, somebody. We have all heard in form and fashion that we are sleeping giants. Somebody has sedated us. And what happened and what's going on right now, we done heard all different types of synonyms. The Great Awakening. But we didn't perceive how it was going to come to pass. We knew that there was a shift in the atmosphere, but we didn't know what that shift was. You felt it. You knew what was going on, but you didn't know how to get on that train. Come on, ride that train. So, in the process, I wanted you to see the behaviors, even with money. This is why you see people still having ailments with the best of doctors, with the resources. And we had little things that we downplayed called home remedies. They got the rooter to the tutor. And we done got away from that. That's why we getting back to our roots. And our roots don't just consist of magical aspects of the herbs, but also the medicinal aspects of those herbs. Come on here, somebody. So, at 52, I'm no longer anemic. So I was listening, this is why I only listen to melanated people. They have melanated bodies and our bodies are different than non-melanated people. I don't know why black people don't get that. Your composition or your makeup is drastically it's not even close. Your melanin is dominant genes. You're letting people guide you that have recessive genes, parasitic genes. So what feeds their bodies may ultimately destroy yours. We are alkaline. We are electromagnetic creatures. I don't care if you're an Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria. I don't care if you're a hoe. I don't care if you're educated, uneducated. I don't care if you live on in the suburbs, and I don't care if you live in the ghetto. And I'm talking the worst part of the ghetto. You are an electric magnetic being. You're a spirit first. You are spirit first. And we agreed to house this body that comes from the earth. And since this body comes from the earth, if it is not kept in a balance, all the creeping crawlers will come to feed on your temple. That's why I said ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I want to connect all these dots. Because you've been in church too long and too ignorant. So the reason why I'm talking about the signal and strengthening your signal is because we send out a vibration through our aura, through our crown. This ain't nothing but a big crystal, a satellite dish. And depending on who's in control, this is why telepathy, being psychic or psychically inclined, is going to help you. Because you're going to understand that these parasites that are in your body, they sending out other signals. And they're disrupting your signal. So what are you saying, Apostle? Your soul is in your crown. In Haitian voodoo, we call it the little angel. And it sends signals to the body. Because the body is an avatar. The brain works by signals. That's why we hear and see through signals, which is light, which we have the same ability that a plant or a tree have. We go through photosynthesis. We take light energy and which is information from the sun, because that's our power. That's our father. And we house through our mother, which is the earth. So you're sending signals of your prosperity, of your success, of your happiness, of your whatever it is that you desire. Because you got to send out a signal or a frequency. And that frequency will bring into reality that which you have desire of. But because we have not learned how to maintain our temples. I was telling Mother Susan earlier today, this is why they said how black people have a higher threshold for pain. Because of our melanin. Our neurotransmitters of our brain, which is electrical. This is why Dr. Sebi and his son is telling you about mushrooms are good for our bodies. Not only they're alkaline, but they are electrical in nature. In other words, life-giving. Oh, I told you, I want to be a lot nerdy today, but I want you to see the energetic aspect of why this is important. For you to strengthen your signal, your vibration, right? Raising your vibration. One of the things that you have to do when you're going through trials, this is why you need ashwagandha, because it stabilizes your nervous system. When you're stabilized, you are just like Abraham or David. David said, my heart is fixed, trusting in the Lord. You can stay steady and your body produces chemicals. That's why I talk about alchemical. When your body is stressed and it doesn't have anything to feed off to bring down the cortisol, then you can end up putting yourself in position to be sick through the things you've gone through or going through. But this is why we eat for energy, not to get full. I'm going to say that again. You eat for energy. And what the health system has done over 500 years. And I'm going to explain why history matters to your manifestation. There was a reason why they were demonizing medicine men, medicine women, and calling our practices demonic. Because it is through our practices and the way that we deal with Mother Nature and utilize Mother Nature, it keeps us alkaline and not acidic, which allows us to vibrate higher, which also allows our signal to be strong. Now, all of you that don't know technology, but let me explain it to you. I'm going to use your cell phone. You can be carrying on a conversation with somebody, me and my mother used to do it all the time, and get around a tower and lose signal. You losing signal had nothing to do with your bill being paid. Come on here, somebody. A lot of times when you, like the woman with the issue of blood, you done went to every doctor to find a solution. They got things that sedate you, not cure you, not heal you, not restore you. We're regenerative creatures. That's why you have all this teaching against serpents. Let me talk to you. Any cell in your body can replicate itself. What your parasites are doing is replicating themselves in the image of cancer, in the image of STDs. See, you can get parasites. I remember, and my dentist, see, whether they know or not, let me not throw no shade. He kept telling me, because I've been working for UPS since I was 21, so I've been up on my oral health. I love oral sex, but anyway, I've been up on my oral health that young, and I didn't know why I was still having the problems. And they would prescribe me amoxicillin, which is oh, that's my neighbor. They would prescribe me amoxicillin, which is a type of penicillin, as an antibiotic, right? And it would kill the infections that when she would have, or he, at the time I had a male dentist, but they would only treat the symptoms. The problem was not, because he told me, he said, Sam, he said, sugar don't decay your teeth. So I'm trying to figure out, because when you come up and you ignorant, you say all kind of things. That's what I'm telling on myself. So you could see your level of ignorance that keeping you from having the healing that you so desperately desire. So, come on. I know I feel and taste good. Anyway, so that's what he told me, and they would prescribe me amoxicillin to get rid of infection. But what I came to the knowledge of, and when I say I started at 21, but I didn't get the knowledge until I got 52. I've been floss. Your every 6 months checkup. Been going through that. But why my teeth are steady on the decline? Parasites. I'm gonna tell y'all this, how real this got. Even though I'm very psychic, there are certain abilities that I started losing, and I didn't know why. I thought I was on attack, all the stuff that I was going through in the church. But since I've been on black walnut, wormwood, and clove, I've been on this parasitic cleanse. So I told Mother Susan, I got my kidneys together, my urine is clear. I said, I'm gonna go and take care of my lungs. So that's what I've been doing with a lung cleanse. I've been using mullein plus the other stuff. So the reason I'm saying this, there's a strategy for you to come online. You got to attack this brick by brick, but have consistency. See, you can't start a fight with the parasites and then not consider. That's why your money is important. You invested in your parasites being strengthened through sugars, and now you got to invest in your parasite being demolished, annihilated. Let me tell y'all something. I was taking Shulagy. I have some of the best of herb, goji berries. I like when I say I'm a health freak, more freak than health, but I've always been on my health. But I was not understanding the enemy within. And they're never, because this is why they pollute our foods. So you don't get the natural nutrients that your body needs, not only to keep you strong, but to keep you regulated. And what I mean by that is that your good bacteria your bad bacteria does not outweigh your good bacteria. And they're labeling it probiotics. No, you got parasites or worms. And in the brain, now I'm going to tell you something, because I don't know how far you can take me. Because I thought it was normal because my mother used to have extreme dandruff. Ever since I've been on this mission to kill parasites, because I got a vengeance. I told you I got Scorpion on my chart. You made me feel bad. How many days? How many days I've struggled, and I used to take turmeric, and a lot of these herbs really work with the inflammation, but they don't attack the problem. I'm a problem solver. And if I'm going to be honest with you, even on this level of transparency, if I had not got retired and started this journey, I would not have the time to focus on my health like I have. That's why I'm giving you the information where you can be right where you are. Beginner, advanced, intermediate. And I can make this make a lot of sense, backed up in facts. So I'm sitting up here. If I didn't have the time, I still would have been making money, and things would have been happening in my body that were going to eventually be out of my control. So what the black man, he's a Dr. Price, because I share a lot of information on my social media platform. Any platform I have, I ain't gatekeeping on that, because it's many melanated people. I'm just breaking it down so it can make sense to you why to do it and to why to keep it up. So he was saying that the reason why ulcers exist is because of the acidity, which that made sense to me. So he said these acids and these parasites eat at the lining of your stomach. And this is how you come up with a leaky gut. And he said, this is why you move into autoimmune disease, because now your immune system is overactive, because every time you eat, some of these toxins get into your bloodstream. I said, talk to me, doc. Talk to me. See, facts matter, and they will give you a peace. You can still be dealing what you're dealing with, but now that you got the facts involved, you can address the situation. This is why I used to hear my grandma say, you need to get that lining back in your stomach. A lot of times our elders would say things, but we didn't understand the necessity of it, and therefore we did the remedy right then. We didn't maintain it because we didn't understand what we were doing to ourselves. Anybody hear me on today? When you don't have understanding of the facts involved, you will bypass some facts. You have to realize why certain things were being done. And I remember my auntie said, because I was never a drinker or smoker, I remember my auntie say, drink this, and it was Budweiser. It gonna kill the worms. And she would make me drink it. And it wasn't just me. She would make certain one, but it wasn't the Budweiser. It was the alcohol that would kill some of the parasites. See, things making you feel better doesn't mean you cure. See, you think you in a fight for your finances. It's parasites. Because as long as you're spending money, they're going to feed them. That's the signal that you're getting. That's why you can't do right by you or anybody else, because of the signals that are being sent from your inside your body. We heard that most robberies, most thefts is an inside job. Come on here, somebody. A lot of you are trying to do protection work on the outside just like I was. And you're dealing with the symptoms of the signals that are coming from within. So, yes, you're going after money, but it is more to put you in condition of acidity. And the moment you decide and you become aware, understand they are aware too. Just like when somebody's being attacked from various of traditions, and once I read that situation, that spirit or that energy knows that I'm aware of it. That's why readers are, if they don't have experience, they can actually put their client in more jeopardy. That's why I'm not gonna bring this to you without telling you the facts involved, why it's essential, and what's really going on with you. So you can spend your money strategically. Tobacco is another random. Oh. Okay. Tobacco is still a bitter herb. This is why I say bitter magic gonna set you free. And this is why, and like I say, I'm gonna go back, even Native Americans, when we were here. We're doing things not realizing what is taking place on a spiritual level and a medicinal level. I want us to actually understand our herbs. I want you to understand why a bitter bath makes you feel better. Not just feeling better. I want you to understand. I want you to go into that bath with the understanding of wormwood. I want you to understand why soursop is doing such a tremendous job of getting rid of cancer and high blood pressure. Because they're killing the parasites that are causing the symptoms. See, when you break a curse and the energy of that curse, everything goes back to normal. When you're a root worker, a mystic, Ajay, when you get rid of the curse, you get rid of the conditions. Well, if you kill, come on here, somebody. What's up, Boaz? Get your ass in here. So, parasites can come through any form. Remember, and I know I ain't the only one, we used to walk barefooted. And I used to hear my mom them say, come out that water for you get ringworms. In my mind, because I was a cusser, I would never tell my mama this. How the fuck I'm going to get worms walking in water? Come on here, somebody. How I'm going to get worms or parasites? And every time, I got them. Because I'm trying to understand how I'm going to get worms in my feet. But your feet are portals. Your crown is a portal. Your hands are portals. that energy or parasites or microorganisms can get into your body. Come on here, somebody. I want you to understand the structure behind your temple. And once you balance it, you can live in harmony with the good bacteria and the organisms that are here to maintain this body. That you can receive the signals properly. Now, I told Mother Susan, so I'm not telling y'all. My visions, since I've been on this parasitic voyage of annihilating parasites, I don't have the brain fault. I remember my dreams vividly. I know what happened spiritually with me ever since. And I thought somebody had did some work on me. And somebody did. It was fucking parasite. This parasites will send you signals and have you looking everywhere else. Now, I'm in my office. I told Mother Susan, I said I knew I had wormwood because some of my working, I need that wormwood to put what's happening on somebody. So I already knew I had it, and I knew I had a pound bag of the wormwood. I couldn't find it. I looked it everywhere, and I was like, I was in my kitchen cabinet. I'm like, I know know for a fact that I got wormwood. I can see it. They were sending out the signals for me not to see it. That's why the old people say if it was a snake, it'll bit you. It's right in front of you. When I started taking these elements, it was sit. I actually picked up the bag and still couldn't see the word. The same bag that I'm burning now in my house and everything. I'm on a war path. When I say I'm gonna make this a miserable experience for these parasites, everything you done, and Mother Susan brought it to my attention once again, just like she brought it to my attention, I was no more anemic. She said, Apostle, you don't use your glasses like you used to. My eyesight, even, because I was having glaucoma, all that, those are parasites taking a dump in your bloodstream behind your eyeballs, in your brain. All these brain aneurysm that people having, Alzheimer's, all this parasites. Have you ever felt like something crawling in your head and you swipe, but you ain't seen them fall? You felt it because you didn't see nothing. You thought it was your imagination. Parasites. I've been taking acai for the longest, and it cleanses your brain on a cellular level. So what I noticed on my parasite journey, that I don't have dandruff. I used to have dandruff so bad. But my mom had it. So long as I wash my eye, and if it got real bad, I would have Selsun Blue. Always attacking the symptom. That's what I want to get to on today, because I'm here about facts and structure. I got a plan for the asses. And the more melanated people are gonna start picking up the signal that I'm sending out. This is why I said I only resonate with the people that resonate with me. But some of these people have good intentions. But those parasites, you're having a psychic battle over your avatar. You're having, and your ship is trying to be taken over. And everybody else got you looking out for the enemy on the outside. They're going to make you see what they want you to see. Because if they can cause you to go and get things of a sugar base so they can feed, what else they got you doing? Why you keep picking the wrong type of people to have sex with? Because them parasites, energy attract energy. We're a walking organism. The skin is the largest organism. And you think that you got skin eczema, you think you got acne and all that. The reason I'm saying you think, people put labels on things to deceive you or mislead you. And they know you're going to keep buying the products until your condition worsens. It's called marketing. You're going to be coming back and back to the doctor because you're going to get sicker and sicker and sicker. So everybody going to get some money if you last 50 years, if you last 80 years. But look at all the money that you have spent on your health. Because the only thing they're going to treat is the symptom. And you're going to pass those parasites down to your children. And this is why you're going to say it's hereditary. And you're going to think it's no big deal. It's not it's the energy of those parasites. And they want to infect you more. Depending on what type of sexual transmitted disease, it's going to attract that type of energy and frequency. And this is why they tell you there are no cures. There's no cures for chemical-based medicines. But if you understand how alkalinity is important, and it's an oxygenated body, and an alkaline body does not harbor sickness. I don't care what it is. It cannot survive. And this is why your oxygen drops. This is why your parasites attack certain things, because it's an army inside. In order for you, they can turn your body into a 5-star hotel for parasites. And because they're parasites, when you take certain medicines or certain bitter herbs or work your bitter magic, you're going to feel better. And the average black person, melanated person, once we feel better, we're going to stop taking it. And that's what they want you to do. They're going to send out the signal. That's why I take Chlorella and burdock root. What happens is, if you start going there gunning up the place and you ain't got nothing to bind it and keep it going from going into your bloodstream, you're going to feel bad. And when black people feel bad, they stop doing what they were originally doing. No, just like you got to know how to do a blockbuster, a roll opener, and what type of order you should. Magic is the same thing. Health is the same thing. Finance, everything has a wavelength that you must be on. I'm talking on today. I knew a lady that had a daughter was trying to get to do a parasite cleanse. She even sent the daughter to cleanse, but she wouldn't do it. And it's not. And said the daughter ended up committing suicide. What I'm saying, sir and ma'am, on today, it's all psychic. You're not saying no. That parasite saying no. You ain't turning away that good man or good woman. That parasite is. They're sending you the signal because I need you to be with somebody toxic. I need you to have toxic friends because they're going to produce the same type of behavior that's going to keep us in power. And you're going to get weaker and weaker, and we're going to feed off you because that's what parasites do until you die. I've seen it even in the animal kingdom when it came down. When a raccoon has rabies or parasites, it no longer follows the pattern of how normal raccoons. That's why we know it's infected. They've been showing us all this kind of stuff right in our face, making money off. When I say it's diabolical what these people are doing, when they're talking about zombies, The Walking Dead, they're talking about melanated people. Because you're the Walking Dead. Your parasites are killing you softly. I wasn't even a smoker. And this is what I heard a white man say this, and it makes so much sense. Facts don't matter where they come from. And he said, if exercise was the answer to everything, then athletes wouldn't be dying of heart attacks. I'll wait. Where's my... that stuff coming up? He said the reason being because athletes burn up more of their nutrients and minerals, and they are not being taught to replace those minerals. Oh, I got something for the ass. What you have to do, and a lot of y'all done heard this in men, they call them pain blockers. If this, what I'm saying, wasn't true, then how could something block the signal from going? And they show you on advertising, but they want you to get something that is not natural to your body, melanated people. But they're telling you, if you take this medicine, it'll block the signal to your brain, and your brain can't send the signal that your body in pain. Basically, they want to disarm your alarm system. All your senses are numb. So your senses cannot detect a bacteria or virus. I'm going to say this again to get you back on cue. We are electric magnetic creatures. And signals, the brain is the switchboard. It sends the call. Whether it comes through your mouth, it lets you know it's a foreign agent in here. Whether it comes through your sexual genital, or I feel something, because when I get elevated, and that's why I didn't understand at the time, and I would just give praises to God. I say the anointing, Isaiah 10:27. I say every time I feel bad and I elevate or I come online, the reason why I was feeling better is because the electric that was going through my body was killing the parasites. When we vibrate higher, or we use the term elevate, we're going into frequency. This is why people that sing to Ebasa, the people that sing on higher vibe, they don't know why they are attracted to these people, but because they're able to hit those optics. Because our universe is made of what? Sound, vibration, and frequency. And so if you're able to go into a higher register, we enjoy the song. It can be singing about Mary Had a Little Lamb. You're going to feel better. You're going to feel better emotionally and mentally and spiritually. This is why gospel songs have so much power to melanated people. It's not about the word, it's about the frequency. This is why we say, oh, I like to hear her or him sing. That's why Anita Baker, she's soothing. It's her frequency, her voice box of vibrato. All of it makes sense. This is why you look at people with singing bowls, you think it don't work. Because you understand vibration. That's why certain songs move you. They send a signal to your brain. This is why when you're toxic, you listen to other type of music because it sends signals to your brain. And you feel bad and worse. And you start doing destructive patterns. Nobody would have told me on today that I have very little sugar intake. When I was coming up, we had sugar in potato salad, baked beans, anything they cook, the greens. If you didn't have no sugar, we wasn't gonna eat it. And was wondering why we was constantly had to detox. And before you leave home, you have already learned these bad behaviors. You just said everybody in the family got high blood pressure. You say everybody in the family don't stay in a relationship. Parasites. It's signals. It's telepathy. It's clairvoyance. It's your signals. It's your third eye that is being ate upon. Didn't I tell you? And you done heard it's all about energy. And bitter magic, bitter herbs in your system will flush out toxins, will flush out parasites. But kill them bitches on their way out. If you're going to do this, just like a spiritual work, I don't care if it's Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Palo. And guess what? I don't have a reason to lie because my health was on the line. My kidneys were being threatened and I don't even drink. A lot of stuff that we don't look for because we say we don't do these things. You can die of a transmitted sexual disease and only slept with one man or one woman. They ain't slept with one person. I want to talk because we have a lot of misnomers out here. We got a lot of fables out here that won't alert you to your health. And when you start working on yourself or investing in your well-being, your signal gonna get stronger and stronger. And what happens when you got a strong signal? You can knock out all those low vibrational signals. The stronger your signal is, the stronger your vibration is. Ebasa, the song of your vibrato. When you hang around high vibrational people, you're going to get to your destination faster and quicker because of the frequency. Your clarity is going to be more because of the frequency. That's why a lot of you guys feel better when you come and watch my video. It's my frequency. Menno Smart says, you tell me, and I wasn't catching on. Because what I know now, I didn't know then. And we have lost so many people to the medical industry. And I used to I say, he do better, and Mother Susan used to say it to him, every time he come to home to the house, he do better. He start picking up because my house and my church is high vibration. A lot of times when we feel better, that's as far as we go. I want you to walk in knowledge and facts. Feeling better is not cured because they're still in your system. You're going to know when they exit your system. It's going to be a number 1 or number 2, either through your urine or your anus or both. That's why when a lot of people, when they say they throw up, they feel better because it's no longer food in their stomach. This is why fasting works, because you're starving the parasites. You're making them weaker. What you have to do, not make them bitches weaker, just like a spell. You ain't trying to weaken the curse unless that's all you can do. You're trying to destroy it. So a lot of methods people teaching you is to teach you how to weaken and not destroy. You can paralyze them. And you can go through the whole process and cleansing without being in pain and being discomforted. But you're going to need your toilet. I got time. I'm retired. This hotel is not for the parasites. It's for my high vibrational spirits. Look at my skin. Oil of oregano, black seed oil. And every time I eat something, I done ate fried foods. I to this day, I have not had indigestion. I used to always have gas when I eat fried food. That's why I got away from pork chops and all these other stuff. And I'm not telling you to go back to these diets because they're not healthy. And that's the more, even you get parasites through fish. I'm going to tell you what I do. When I eat something, I take this. Sir, ma'am, you're not going to stop doing everything. You'll cut out a whole lot of things, but some things you're going to still do. And you don't have to do it as much. Mother Susan said, Apostle, I don't even eat chips. She said, I used to have to chips. She said, I don't even eat chips or sweets like I do. I can live without candy. Her signal is getting stronger. When you impair them and kill them, and this right here, oil of oregano. Back in the days, my mama, they used lard or Vicks vapor rub. I don't know if y'all got down like this. And they used to rub it all on when we get cold and congested. They used to rub all that Vicks vapor rub on us. And that menthol in there will open our lungs and bring out the cold. Instead of Vicks vapor rub, I use 80% of oil oregano. And I told y'all I bought that oil of oregano. My sister, I take it back. My sister bought it for me. Oil of oregano, 6,000 milligrams. The strength matters. You're melanin. The strength matters. Certain man. And medical science has their own pharmaceutical meds. I ain't telling nobody you don't have to stop taking your medicine. I would tell you the time will come where you'll have no need to take those medicines. But you got to start somewhere. So I was rubbing because I told Mother Susan I was working on my lungs. I didn't even know. Listen, I don't smoke a much only smoke come through me is tobacco and incense. That I do a lot. But you don't know what all in when I say pollution in the air, your body and your immune system is under constant attack. While you worried about all the people that don't like you on the walking physical organism that you can see, it's them little things, little foxes that destroy the vine. I use oil of oregano. You can do I've been rubbing it all on my chest, and when I tell you, it's gross. But whatever in you that's toxic, that is not supposed to be inside your lungs, it's coming out. It's coming out. So I hope that this made a lot of sense, magically and spiritually. You want to strengthen your signal, and you don't want to find yourself in spaces where your signal drop, because it's a toxic low vibrational area or people you're around, and so your good signal can't get out to send for help. It's the signals that tell your red blood cells what to do. It's the signals in your body that tell your white blood cells. That's another thing I've almost forgotten. You can't fight off no infection without your T cells, your white blood cells. And them parasites will weaken your immune system till you can't produce. It's a strategy. So you can't produce the white blood cells that can fight them. And they take them over and they take them hot. They don't kill your immuno disease does not kill your cells. They convert them. Instead of you converting to Christianity, you get converted to African spirituality, or in the reverse. They gave the Africans the Bible and they took the land. That's a parasite. They use your own temple, your own organism against you. Because you're no different than the caterpillar. You're no different than the snake. You're just a higher form of consciousness. And just like the parasite take over a caterpillar and send out signals, and actually make the caterpillar protect the parasite while it continues to feed on it. That's how diabolical this is. But we got an answer. I told you I'm a problem solver, not a problem maker. I'm not bringing you to this awareness because this is affordable for anybody. But consistency is key. Don't start it just like your magic. I teach. Don't start it and stop. Vitamin C builds, and you get vitamin C through I do acai, that very high in vitamin C. But since I'm on a ass kicking and whooping campaign, I take 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C on top of what I'm doing. Because I jeopardize my own health through ignorance. And and the best thing that I believe that saved me is that I never trusted the healthcare system. I've always known that God can heal you and cure anything. Whether I had knowledge of it or not, I always knew it was possible. And medical science is not here to heal you. If you can come to those conclusions, it is not in the best interest of their financial well-being to make sure you're healthy. A lot of people go to work in the medical industry help killing people. If you want to know the real, I can do more death spells with the dirt from a hospital. And they kill people on all different types. It's not out of ignorance. It's out of not understanding melanated people. That's why they say that black people do better up under black physicians. I heard people on social media testify that doctors would not take the medicine they prescribe for their clients. That's like a spiritual man or woman or me not utilizing the products that I give you. But these people would go to school to be medical advisors, and they will lead you down that slow walk of death. And they're gonna give you morphine, which is poison. Everything we need for our health and well-being is in the bitter herbs, bitter magic. Anybody that has a testimony or recovering from something is due to bitter herbs. You got to start somewhere, and the dosage really does matter, and the consistency of the application of those herbs really matter. But we got more time, because if you got time to die, you should have time to live. If you make time to die, messing with them people, then you should make time to live. If you make time to get cursed, you should make time to be blessed. It's all about a choice. If you want your signal strong, do what you need to do. And it's well within my melanated. You ain't got to be rich. You got to be consistent. Keep that cayenne pepper flowing. It's a major contributor. It's a natural pain reliever. But when you're on these bitter herbs, this stuff ain't nothing but the truth. Mother Nature ain't nothing but the truth. And why would a parasite appear? And let me say this. I don't need you to stop going to your doctor. That's not the goal. My goal is to put your health back into your hands. I don't need you to stop doing anything. I just need you to get back in the driver's seat. And if the preponderance of the facts find you lean more to your herbs and your bitter herbs than your medicine, and then be grown and be great. I don't need to diss nobody to share what I'm sharing. And this is a universal thing. It ain't a Posse thing. It ain't a Haitian voodoo thing. It ain't an Ifa thing. You can be an atheist and be melanated and follow this. And I'm telling you, even though I got to say this anyway, I'm not a medical provider. And I wouldn't want to be. If I want to deal with death, I'm already a necromancer. I already deal with the bones of the ancestors. I don't have to chemically kill people to make my money. And that's just how I see it. That's a signal I'm sending out. So Apostle Ely, let you know, it ain't that you're repelled against me. You don't dislike me. It's some parasites sending you signals. But if you strengthen your signal, try 7 days and see that you come back online and start doing what is good for you. Along with some parasites ruling, I used to think that living in Georgia, these black doctors will refuse you care as long as you are breathing. They refuse me iron either. You can get iron through burdock root. Burdock root is an alkaline bark. Most people, melanated people, are anemic. And how can you function? You're going to create, if you stay anemic, you're going to create your own health problems. I don't care how much money you make. You're going to run yourself down and you're not going to be able to, and you're going to have all these issues called high blood pressure. And the problem is you're deficient in minerals. And if you want to get your electrolytes back online, celery. I ain't gonna eat celery, I take it in capsule. I'm not gonna eat. Most red foods are high. Exactly, love. Why iron is important for melanated people? Because I want facts behind it. Iron is the blood of the universe. When we intake high iron, that's what our body lives off, and that's the energy that our body has. You got to know why certain things are important to you, and you got to understand even some methodology that we have. We need to have it with understanding, so we don't get rid of it, or we don't do it every now and then when we feeling bad. Celery is so good, but it keeps you with it. It has all the salts, the sodium necessary for the melanated body. Celery. Some people drink the celery juice. I ain't doing all that, but I get it. As long as I get it in my system, just like I got them parasites in my system, whether I was having sex to get them, whether I was eating the wrong foods to get them, whether I was being around the wrong people to get them, whether I was walking barefooted to get them. You can take that same energy. You don't need no more energy. You can take that same energy and do something different. My baby was teething. I used frozen. Let me tell you something. All your oral hygiene is clove water and myrrh. If you a pussy eater and a dick sucker, clove water. And if you a grocery eater, you like to play around the anus, clove water and myrrh. You can take the myrrh here. If you trying to take care down there, use a capsule. Cause myrrh burns. And I don't want your ass on fire. I want you to be hot in your ass, but not like that. You ingest cinnamon. Don't put cinnamon oil in your water. You gonna get your ass set on fire. And I know because I done it. Minister Mario did. Sometimes you be learning all these things. It's a way you do this. There's a way you do conjure. There's a way that you do magic. It's a reason. You ain't trying to get hurt, trying to help yourself. You welcome, baby. I have burdock root in my cap. But it's hold on. You want Do I have it on my? Just give me a second. Sorry, y'all. Well, I ain't yeah, honest with y'all what I've done. So this burdock root, but notice it's the milligrams. We have to have in our bodies 800 milligrams or better for it to have the effect. I have mullein. This one is 350. I shop at vitamin store. I care about. I'm very particular. This is the sea moss that I take. This is the sea moss with the beetroot, and I actually got beetroot individual, and this is the cayenne pepper that I take. But see, I look at the heat. When me and Mother Susan first take, I used to take 2 capsules. I don't do that no more. That's a lot of heat units, 90,000 heat units. If that don't get the blood to flowing, thin it. This is a natural blood thinner. They try to get me on Eliquis for a blood thinner or aspirin. Cayenne. All you need to know how hot it get. And since I don't want that on my tongue, that's why I take it in capsule. And then I have elderberry. This is 1,000 milligrams. This is for your upper respiratory body. And feverfew. I got some. Feverfew if you got sinus infections or cat's claw. Just like you got to know your herbs when it comes down to spiritual principles and how to apply them, the same thing is true with the medicinal parts of that. It's very, very important. And knowing what dosage that your body may need. And since I'm cleaning my lungs and my upper respiratory system, child, it's ugly. You don't even realize what you're breathing in. I practice the magic that's on my website. Get a consultation. I practice any magic gonna whoop your ass. Monkey. Chameleon. It don't matter. All right, guys. I mean, go ahead and I get some breakfast. If you came in the part, go back over this video. To every one of you guys, I'm excited about my psychic class. If you haven't got your your placement in there, do so, sir and ma'am. Also, like I told you, the egg on stick, the essential that I have a video out there. I am never going to tell you what to do. I'm never going to, I don't have a need to tell you what to do. If your signal is strong, your signal will bring to you what is necessary. I am not the individual that likes to tell people what to do in their life. I don't have to. If your signal, if your ori is clean and you are alkaline, you're gonna attract the like-minded people, the people that resonate with you. And that, if you're going through something, ashwagandha is going to stabilize your emotions, which are your nerves that are inside of your stomach. When your nerves get settled, you can make a decision, and a sober decision, because you got enough knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. I trust that. But if you don't block them signals from them parasites, you're not gonna make the right decision, because they're gonna be trying to get you away from that. Okay? I see y'all in a little bit. All right. God bless.